So, how does inflation affect us, especially in California? Well, I mean, people don't want to go out anymore. They can't afford restaurants, but forget that. They can't even afford to go get gas, and that's how to get to work. You have to go to work by driving your car and getting gas, but now you can't even get gas because it's too high, and then you're probably not making enough money to pay for your gas, so now you can't work. So people can't go out, they can't drive, they can't buy cars, they can't buy a house, they can't even go out and do the normal things that they want to do because everything is just so expensive. So this is what happens, the war is not helping us either. There's nothing in place to protect people here. I mean, we're just throwing money out there and we can't even afford to stay in California. Not only that, let's talk about the potential tax increase that's going to be proposed. ACA 11 by Gavin Newsom. That's going to double California taxes. We're already one of the highest, if not the highest state paying taxes. You know what it's going to do? Do you know what it's going to do? Well, look at Amazon and all these big companies are already leaving California. They don't want to be here. They're going to go somewhere else and create jobs, right? We can't make it unaffordable to live in California. What we have to do is protect our people and give them incentives or incentivize them to be here. I mean, just the other day, there's what we call fuel thieves. They're going around gas stations and stealing gallons and gallons of gas. I mean, you're gonna create thieves now because people can't afford anything. If I were Gavin Newsom, this is what I would do. I would propose maybe just, allocating taxes on huge companies such as hotels, okay, cannabis, maybe tourists, anything that attracts tourists. Maybe allocate the taxes on them. Also, there's an annual budget every year, right? That we have to include whatever spending in the economy. Increase the budget, take into consideration, cut areas that you don't need to spend on. You don't need to give money away when you don't need to, and I know that Gavin Newsom is trying to raise taxes so we can fund the first time ever single healthcare pay system. What are we, Canada? Okay, why don't we give people options and pick and choose what they want to do? If you make money, you should be able to pick and choose if you want a specific healthcare. You should not be forced to donate or put your money where you don't. Why not create a budget that includes all of this and the issues that we're facing so we don't all of a sudden the pandemic hit, we have to shut businesses down, print more money and give people. But if we were to just budget accordingly and cut spending where we don't need to, spend, maybe we can keep money as reserves so we don't have to print more money out and use that during a rainy day, like a pandemic. Oh, and how are we incentivizing citizens to stay or residents to stay in California? We're not even helping residents in California here, with taxes, jobs, or anything. We're giving free money away to homeless people. I mean, I don't know, they're getting something like 600 plus or something every month to live here. How are they contributing here? And what are we incentivizing them for? We are discouraging American citizens that should be incentivized to stay here. And now that we don't want to stay here because our, hard-earned tax dollars going to homeless people or going to foreigners or whoever, but not for the people that should be here that are contributing, that are buying the cars, that are spending money on foods, on keeping restaurants open, all this stuff. We're not pouring money into these people. These are the people we need to focus on. Okay, middle class, lower class, whoever you are, anytime if you're here and you're contributing and you're working, you should be able to be helped first. Not Joe Schmo on the street. Okay, you're taking my money and you're helping someone that shouldn't be helped. Okay, I know we want to help people, that's fine. But that's where we make the decision of who we want to help collectively instead of being told and then creating debt. I mean, California alone, I think the last 10, 20 years just been in debt. And now we want to print out more money. And now this whole talk about in July, Gavin Newsom wants to, either lower the tax rate or now they don't want to lower the excise tax. Gas is like 51 cents or something a gallon. Now they're talking about giving money instead away, like a stimulus to compensate families instead. Well, what are we going to do to incentivize, the people to go get gas? We can't just give money away to them. Why not create a system where we can provide our own oil and we don't have to just be in this situation and then all of a sudden charge it to our consumers? Why not prepare for the future and look at, hey, this is a potential that can happen, and budget accordingly? And stop printing money and giving it away to people that don't deserve it. Okay? Easy, simple math. A equals B. You just got to listen to the needs of your people. You really do. You got to listen to the needs of the people that are working hard here, contributing. Listen to their needs. See what it is that we as a leader can help better this area, instead of just giving money, printing, and just assuming. Why not listen to the needs of people? See why people are struggling. Look at minimum wage, look at the costs of inflation, look at the house prices here, gas prices, all that. What can we do to even out the playing field? California itself is a crazy place to live. People don't want to live here. Yeah, people make more money here, but the standard of living is very different. If you're going to increase California's tax rate, double it, and you're on somebody that's making 149,000 plus, well, 149,000 in California, Southern California, San Francisco, the Bay Area is very different than going to the South somewhere, right? The cost of living is very different. Don't punish Californians, okay? Because we work hard too. Let's do something about it. Let's work together. Let's find a happy medium, where we can keep the money here, keep the workers encouraged, keep them wanting to grow, and stop giving money away and creating a dirty place where homeless people are just enjoy living here more than the people that can afford to live here. This is nonsense. How did we get here? How do we become our own little nation of allowing homeless people to control everything? When did they get the rights? I'm not saying, we should all have a right to do whatever we want to, within reason. But how did we get to the point to allow homeless people to decide our future in a way? Why not take pride in where we're at and encourage the people here that you have the means and the tools to better our nation, California, our little nation that influences every other state? And how do we get here? We need to solve this issue. Homeless is on the rise, and we cannot encourage them to just trash our place by giving them free money. Do you want a homeless person to go in your house and run the show? Name one place where there's excess of homeless people and it's just a great place to live in. Name one place where, I don't know, the Democrats are running and we don't have homeless people. Just one place. And we're not talking about the Middle East or Iraq, just somewhere here. And see who your leaders are and how it's impacting where you're at. And if it's truly your, I don't know if you want to follow that. What kind of corrupt BS system are we in when homeless people are allowed to set up tents on the street, block your traffic, you run across the street, about to cause accidents? What kind of place are we? Just where homeless people have freedom to do this. But yet, if you jaywalk, you get a ticket. Okay? If you don't stop at the red light, you get a ticket. You make a wrong move, you look at the wrong person, you get canceled. Who are we? This is madness. Here's how you can get homeless people to work. You want to give them money? Have them clean the streets. Okay? I know, you're paying them to clean after themselves. You're paying them anyways. So why not create jobs for the homeless people by sectioning off areas and say, hey, you want to live here? You want to stay here? Well, keep your house clean. Clean the place. Pay the homeless people to work. Why are we having expectations on our American citizens and we don't have expectations with homeless people? What we do is we justify. We give reasons as to why we should help homeless people. What we're doing is we're encouraging people to stay homeless. We're not encouraging people to work. You want to encourage people to work. You want to lower the taxes. You want to, incentivize them to work. You want to create more jobs and you want to make it pleasant for them. You don't want to punish them. You got to punish the homeless people so they can want to work. Okay, look, just to clarify, when I say homeless people, I'm talking about the homeless people that voluntarily want to be homeless, okay? My brothers and sisters that have PTSD, that suffer, things like that, my heart goes out to you. Thank you for your service. It's not your fault. And government should help people that protect it and serve our country. That's like a no-brainer. I'm talking about homeless people that voluntarily decide they want to be homeless. They have the means, they can work, they can do this. They choose to be homeless. Okay? We cannot encourage this. Period. So again, stop raising prices. Homes, gas. Let's just stop printing money. Okay, we're only contributing to inflation. Stop doing this. Let's work together and incentivize the American citizens that deserve to be here to stay here and not leave California. Do you know that it's legal for homeless people to poop up north? I mean, this is legitimately true. They can poop everywhere and it's not against the law. You see what I mean? If I go poop, I get a ticket for indecent exposure or something? But they can legally poop. Not even fair.